Hello, I am Archibald Chesterfield III, and thank you for watching my series, What is the Best Rolex Watch? And it's a very, very fascinating thing. What is the best Rolex wristwatch? Quick wristwatch check. ArchieLuxury Reverso Grand Date. I've decided to wear this watch to be independent. So, today's question I'm looking at, what is the best metal to buy a Rolex in? Is it stainless steel? Is it a precious metal? Maybe a combination of both in the two-tone variation. What is the best material to get a Rolex made out of? So, I hope you enjoy this in-depth video I've put together. Run the credits, fuckers. Run the credits and take a look. What is the best Rolex? And what is the best material to choose? The next most important question is, what metal choice? Do we go steel? Do we go two-tone? Do we go precious metal? And this is a very interesting equation. What is the best? What is the best? And the answer is, there is many different answers. It depends on what the purpose of your piece is. If your purpose is to be a peacock and impress people, obviously precious metal is the only way to go. Rolex chooses many precious metals. They have platinum at the very top. They have rose gold, they have yellow gold, they have white gold. It's all available. It's all available. And then, of course, we've got two-tone combination, a combination of gold and steel. And then, of course, we've got steel. So what is best? What is best? What way is the answer? And I think it depends what you're doing. I love precious metal. Gold has a luster to it that no other metal has. Gold itself is very soft, but it has a presence, it has a feeling which is so different to nasty steel. The problem with gold is it's soft, it stretches, it is easily scratched, marked, dinted. So, the choice of a gold piece for everyday use may not be the ultimate choice. For retained value investment purposes, the best metal is steel. If you want to retain the most of your new purchase, the purchase of a new piece in steel is the way to go. Steel itself, very sturdy. Rolex uses surgical grade steel that is stronger than most makers out there use. So, the answer is, what is the best metal? Maybe we go for the ultimate compromise, the ultimate in two-tone. And I've got to tell you, two-tone is very clever. The case is steel. The bracelet is mainly steel. The gold is used as trim. We have the gold on the crown. We have the gold on the bezel. We have gold hands. We have gold in the links. This is a very good compromise, and it's going to pay really good dividends. So, the answer is, maybe a two-tone piece is the way to go. However, if you're buying new, you'd want to stay away from two-tone. It's also not the best investment grade piece. In fact, steel. If you asked me the question, what is the most durable metal? Steel. What is the most investment grade piece. What's going to retain the most of its new price? Steel, steel, steel. What is the most collectible? Steel, steel, steel. What do I recommend? And the answer is steel, steel, steel. That's right. I'm afraid steel is the answer. It is best bang per buck. It is best at surviving the grind of daily life, and it also retains the most value. With that said, life can be boring if we only had one option in life. So the presence of a second piece could be in a different metal to the first piece. However, I gotta hand it to Rolex. If you're buying one watch for yourself and you're going to wear it every day, steel, steel, steel. And this is the reality we live in. Gold is beautiful. It is wonderful. It is fantastic. Nothing impresses like a gold watch. However, this quiz here, this documentary series, is finding what is the best. The best. When we say best, what is the most durable? Steel. What retains most value? Steel. What is the best choice? It has to be steel. Now, that doesn't mean that we only have steel in our range, but the question needs to be asked, would you prefer one solid gold Rolex Submariner in gold, one solid gold Rolex Submariner, or would you prefer a small collection, 3 pieces in steel? Because that is the dilemma you can face. And it really depends on your life choices, your stage in life, and your age. As a general guide, precious metal is also for older people. That's right. Steel is an ideal metal for men in their 20s. Well, let's be honest there. Men aren't men at 20, they're boys. They enter their 20s as boys. They leave their 20s, going into their 30s as men. So early 30s, steel is the better choice based on your age group. Once you start to get into your early 40s, you may be able to pull the two-tone off. That's correct. You can pull the two-tone look off. If you want the mafia look, if you want to be associated with Tony Soprano, waste collection, professional waste management and other type of industries, the presence of a solid gold, yellow gold Rolex is the only way to go. Precious metal can also be considered the retirement watch. 55 plus. 55 plus. If you've made it, if your startup, if your IPO took off, if you manage to fleece the investors, it could be time to get that luxury precious metal timepiece. Platinum is just out of this world for super fuck off effect. Platinum is amazing. Platinum is really, really amazing. But it's a very discreet metal. It's for the ultimate lower cut punch. That's right. When they say, that's a nice steel Daytona, bang! It's fucking platinum, fuck knuckle. It's platinum. So, to summarize here, the best metal for a Rolex is steel. Steel for retained value, for durability, and for investment potential. However, if we want to swing with the big dicks, if we want to mark our land, mark our ground, and stand our ground, nothing beats yellow gold as a fuck-off statement. I'm Archibald Chesterfield III, AC3, reporting on what is the best Rolex wristwatch, what is the best metal. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed this series, and I hope you will keep watching. ArchieLuxury signing out, fuckers.
We specialize in the repair of Rolex and Patek Philippe watches. We've been doing the same thing for more than 25 years. We have Rolex technicians certified by Rolex who actually used to work for the company for many years, like if we're doing the work on the factory. We completely disassemble the watch and we put it to work like brand new condition. When you get a pre-owned watch, it's like if you're getting a brand new unit. The only difference is the money.
Very interesting conclusion from the Pontiff. The Pontiff has spoken. And it's a very, very interesting thing he said there. He said for general people, steel. You can't go past steel. But when you want that smack in the mouth, smack, kapow, nothing beats yellow gold. And I'd have to agree, the Pontiff's choice of the solid gold Rolex Submariner is the absolute bruiser's watch. It's certainly a bruiser's watch. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And please tell your friends. We are in a ratings war. And we're not doing terribly well on the ArchieLuxury channel. And it's this point here where I'd like to also introduce my other channels. The Paul Pluter channel. The Paul Pluter channel, that's correct. That's where I do paid watch reviews. So please, please, sit back, enjoy my channel, and tell your friends. See you later, and thank you for watching.